I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Karen Coville. My husband and I live 1 mile north of Remus on M66. I graduated from Central with an art degree in the early 70s, and I probably participated in one of the first art walks that Outreach had in 2006. People will ask me what my favorite medium is, and all I can say is it depends on what I'm working on at the time. I do oil paintings of old vehicles. I work in stained glass. I do a couple different kinds of kaleidoscopes, wood carving. I like to do pottery, both hand-built and wheel-thrown, applique, reproduced bottles, slumped bottles, mosaic, multimedia pictures. Whatever I feel like doing at the time is what I like the most at that time. And TV 9 and 10 has been at our place 2 different times now to do a segment on art. And I do 2 artists in the barn, and that's the first 2 Fridays and Saturdays in October. Another artist and myself put all of our art in my husband's barn, and sometimes you'll even find us doing some art at the time. So if you're not doing anything the first Friday or Saturday in October, the first 2 weekends, come and see us. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about the quilt blocks. It's a grassroots public art movement that has gone pretty much viral. It's all over the entire country. And Mecosta County started one in 2013, and these 2 pictures are pictures of the quilt blocks that are on our barn that again are the first 2 that were in Mecosta County, and obviously we did those. You can find brochures like this. This happens to be the Mecosta one, and you do a self-guided tour. You can find maps, and it'll also tell you the towns that the blocks are located in. I'm stepping out of the way here to give you a little look at the quilt block that I did for Art Walk. I called it Kaleidoscope, and it's not a traditional quilt block. It is one that contains a little bit of a block that you might see on a traditional one, but I also put stitching on it, which represents the stitching that you would see on a real quilt. However, the barn quilts are all done with exterior paint, and so on this part there's no stitching or anything. And this is basically to represent the changes that are out there since the quilt blocks began. You'll notice that many times the people who are purchasing the quilt blocks will have put a fresh coat of paint or actually done some repair to their barn. Now, there's too many old barns out there that are falling down, and I love the fact that people are getting the quilt blocks and getting more interest in preserving their barn, as well as making a nice place to hang these pieces of art. This is a 4 foot by 4 foot, and you'll also see on many of the larger barns 8 foot by 8 foot. Again, in Mecosta County, we've probably done 70 blocks, and I have painted, drawn, even designed, and sometimes done the whole block by myself, and at least over half of those. So this has just been a quick little video to introduce you to myself and to the piece that I have hanging in Art Walk.